AVM Shorts by Alanbecker, one of the most popular series ever created in YouTube history. And in today's video, we'll be going in depth into the main antagonist of Season 3 of AVM Shorts, and that character being King Orange. Today, we'll be going through a complete scaling as well as analysis of his character. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, the first question is, how do we even scale? And more importantly, who do we as the point of reference? And today, we'll be using none other than our boy, Steve, as the point of reference, since a lot of people have already scaled into high levels, and it will make our job way more easy and simpler, as well as both of them being almost just the same due to them both having creative mode. So let's start. Okay, this is the most important part of the video, and that is, what are all the factors that we need to consider for this? Well, these factors are durability, strength, speed, intelligence, destructive capacity, and all the other abilities, or hacks as some people might say. Okay, let's start off by addressing his durability. Now, when it comes to durability, you need to understand that King Orange is lacking in no way. As it is seen in the Mysteries of Minecraft book that anyone with the Minecraft icon book in their hands will get complete protection from death itself. Not only that, this cannot be disabled by command blocks. So he gets complete protection from death itself, and he cannot be armed indirectly even by potion effects, and he cannot have his game mode changed due to the block. He can use potion effects to make him immortal, and cannot even be killed by slash kill. So now I'll be addressing some of the counter arguments for this particular scaling. And the first argument that people make is that he took damage from Purple's punch, but he is rather being not out of stability and not being damaged. So the argument of him taking damage from Purple's punch is blatantly and obviously just untrue. Okay, leave his durability. Now let's talk about his strength. Now when it comes to strength, there are two types of strength when it comes to power scaling. These are lifting strength and striking strength. Let's start off by lifting strength. Now when it comes to lifting strength, we can scale him using Steam, and I'm going to play a video by Kitty Keen to prove that point further.
Putting this all together, we can see that one netherite bar is 19 tons, and then multiply that by 9, and we get the insane weight of 164 tons for one netherite block, aka already the weight of a blue whale. Now with this insane netherite block, we could fill up an entire shulker box top to bottom with stacks of it. And once we're done filling that up, we could use control pick block, and that copies the shulker box into your inventory with all of its MBT data. And by doing that, we are now carrying 284,000 tons in just one shulker box, which thanks to this random guy I found on Quora, what we're holding is more than the weight of a skyscraper. Oh, and you think that's impressive, because you could actually grab a chest and fill it up with these shulker boxes, take that chest into your inventory, and you can start filling up another chest with stacks of the previous chest. And you could actually continue doing this process with the pick block technique for a long time, until eventually you reach a depth tag limit of the game, which is doing this 171 times. So after doing that entire process 171 times, you should result in a final chest, which once again you can multiply this through your inventory and also into your offhand to get the max stuffies you could hold. And I actually have no clue how much this is. So I then spent an entire afternoon calculating it. Here we are, and this is the number I got. And more calculations, I found out that saying our number is heavier than the observable universe is an understatement. Our number is so big that Steve could basically hold this many universes. And even this number is so big I can't even visualize it. Going back to the one website, it basically says that it's 667, 188 illion mini universes. I don't even know what that number is. That Steve could just carry around.
So, as we can see, his lifting strength is pretty high. And I'm also going to be exploring the weight of the bone block since we don't know what ancient debris actually is. So, from just the netherite blocks, his strength could be around 7.64 into 10 to the power of 506 kilograms of masses, or being able to lift 2.54 into 10 to the power of 506 universes in his hands. That is pretty crazy. Let's talk about striking strength. Now, when it comes to striking strength, we can scale him using the potion effects that he gives himself, or we can use slash attributes, which I'll get to, but let's start off by potion effects. So there's a formula for measuring how much the rate of increase that a potion effect will do. And here the base damage stands for, well, the base damage, and the level stands for 255 in this case, since the maximum level of potion effect that you can have is 255. And from a further analysis and calculations, I found out that King with 255 of strength would do 1.89 into 10 to the power 29 hearts without a singular weapon. That is pretty insane. And now to find out how much energy King Orange would output with this much amount of strength, we can use a TNT as a point of reference. Now, a TNT will most likely do around 32.5 hearts of damage, and taking a number and using it as the divisor of the number that we got, we can safely calculate what would be the value. And the value that I got is 5.81 into 10 to the power of 27 times, being more powerful than a TNT explosion. So we can calculate how much the energy output of his punch would be using TNT, and 1 cubic meter of TNT releases about 4.184 kilojoules of energy. And taking that number and multiplying the number that we got by it, we get the whopping 2.43 into 10 to the power of 31 joules of energy, or around 5.807 zetatons of TNT energy. And as we see in the versus wiki battle, that amount of energy would be enough to absolutely destroy a small planet. So when it comes to his strength, we can safely say that his strength would be around a small planet to a large planetary level. And I'm just gonna say it with slash attribute command, his strength could be infinite, since slash attributes doesn't have any limitations like slash effects does. So with slash effects, his strength would be planet level, and with slash attribute, it could be multiversal, or could be possibly above. And now let's talk about one of the most important part of power scaling, and that factor being speed. Now, when it comes to speed, there are four types in Powerscale, those being combat speed, reaction speed, travel speed, and flight speed. And I'm just gonna quickly say it is travel speed and combat speed is infinite with slash attributes. So let's not talk about them and instead talk about his reaction speed and flight speed. Let's first talk about reaction speed. Now, when it comes to his reaction speed, he is pretty fast. as he was shown reacting to purple hitting him before he could actually do it. So his reaction speed is pretty high. Well, then what about his flight speed? Well, Kitty Keen's video already explained that to us, so I'll just play his video right now.
Now, we could go faster. Since we're in creative, I tried getting a base fly test speed, which came out to be 5.07 seconds, aka 44 miles per hour, but Steve could still fly a lot faster than that. By going in spectator, not many people know this, but by scrolling up on your mouse, you could actually turn up your acceleration speed, and you could actually go extremely fast with this. So after struggling to get on the dang starting platform, I eventually launched myself so fast I zipped past the finish line and accidentally started loading out new chunks behind it. And just to see how fast that was, it was 1.42 seconds to reach it, aka 157 miles per hour, which in real life is as fast as a skydiver going headfirst out of a plane.
So, from his video, we can safely say that King in spectator mode would go at a speed of 254 kilometers per hour, with Creative's flight speed being 71 kilometers per hour. And even when it comes to intelligence, he is pretty smart, as he's capable of formulating plans, and he's very knowledgeable about the commands quick, thinker, and decision maker, and he's pretty smart. So when it comes to intelligence, we can safely say he's at genius level or possibly could be above. And now, let's talk about one of the most important pillars of power scaling itself, and that is destructive capacity. When it comes to destructive capacity, his feats are second to none, as being capable of creating black holes and destroying the entire micro universe with all the dimensions by himself. People know this, but Alan, the creator himself, confirmed that King Orange was always holding back severely in this battle to not kill the Stickman, but to eradicate Minecraft. So, we can safely assume that King Orange would be around high multiversal or possibly could be above. And we finally came to the last factor that we need to consider for completing this scaling, and that factor is hacks or all the other abilities. When it comes to hacks, King Orange has plenty in his arsenal. I'm gonna play the video made by Kitty King to shortly give all of his abilities, or at least some of his abilities.
In a fiction, I'm just going to speedrun a few more insane things Steve could do. So to test strength, I recoded the Warden's HP from 500 to this number, which is 10 to the 305th power times 5 of the Inner Dragon's HP. And with just strength alone, Steve could literally one-shot this with his fist. Oh, and just for the fun of it, let's turn this infinitely strong hit using attribute into this, which it may not look like much, but I'm actually hitting an infinite amount of times every second. And just to show you how stupid this is, I made an entire pool of these stupidly strong Wardens, and I jumped in and I immediately defeated them all with ease. Oh, and with the execute command, you can actually go between dimensions, making Steve interdimensional, or multiversal by just joining other worlds and servers. And Steve could also bring his items too using the saved inventory feature. Possesses time manipulation with /time. He could literally just do a quick command to create world-eating barriers. He has access to the secret Minecraft item known as the Knowledge Book, which allows you to know all the crafting recipes, can alter matter itself using the debug stick, or could just destroy it all with the /build command. And for height, not only is he 6'2", on the Bedrock version of the game, you could do /play animation, and you could literally make yourself a giant. He could create literal nukes with fireballs. He could literally /summon anything. Or if he doesn't feel like doing that, he could use glitched eggs to summon other things. I know, this looks extremely cursed. And if he still really needs to, we could just use a command block to instantly kill everything around him regardless of durability. Yeah, so
From his video, we can safely say that King Orange has um, a buttload of abilities, if you want to say the least. And that being said, we finally finished talking about his abilities. Now, let's talk about his feats. Now, when it comes to feats, he has a few impressive as well as interesting ones. One of his smaller feats is literally just creating a black hole like it's absolutely nothing. And then right after that, he went toe to toe with the second coming with the Minecraft blocks. And not to mention that he did without using any of his hacks or without even having of the combined Minecraft blocks. So this feat is actually a worse feat compared to what he does next, which is literally fighting Herobrine and being quite relative to him, considering the fact that he is a universal being with all the hacks that he has. And not to mention that he actually found a way to absorb Herobrine as well as all the Minecraft mobs into his stuff, which allowed him to easily defeat the Minecraft mob. Herobrine that he fought against the original Minecraft vs. Animation series, which itself is pretty impressive. So, with all of that feats considered, we can safely say at max he would be around universal with just the feats that I mentioned. Now, with all of that said, we have one little question that needs to be answered, and that is, which tier does he actually stand on? Well, if you exclude all of his hacks, abilities, and all the other kind of stuff, you can safely put him around being universal level. Although, if you're being generous to him and use all the hacks and abilities, you could easily put him around high multiversal or even possibly could be above. And with that being said, he massively outscales beings like the Second Coming, the Dark Lord, and the Chosen One. And being above those characters already proves that King Orange is the most powerful Alanbecker character ever created in the series. With that being said, that's the end of our video. Tell me which characters that I should scale next in my video. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video and peace out.